Welcome to Twisted Monday. So today is one of those stories that I've been looking forward to. I especially love not just the vehicle, but like I said, the story of Darkside. There she is. Excellent stuff. Such a great design on this character. Slightly changed for the actual cutscenes. Before we begin, let's real quick take a look at the entry in the manual, see if we can glean anything about Dollface that we didn't know previously. I doubt it. But a handful of these bios have been enlightening. Looks like Dollface grew up in a dysfunctional family with no siblings, and her mother and father worked 15 hours a day. Screwed by capitalism. You hate to see it. At the age of 10, her home life grew even worse when her mother unexpectedly passed away. For the many years that followed, Dollface would occasionally hear her father mumble, "It's all your fault." Now, years later, Dollface has a new job with a man who, oddly enough, reminds her of her father. They gave Dollface daddy issues. And creepy eyeballs cut out next to her portrait. A bit arbitrary. Nothing in her story hints at any of this stuff, except for the fact that she is a very meek individual, as we'll be seeing. Now for Darkside. Darkside was hijacked from the truck driver Dollface hitched a ride from. At what point did she hitch a ride? I have absolutely no idea. I guess after she had a mask applied to her face. More on that later. This armored behemoth is perfect to ram through opponents. When firing the special attack, Darkside accelerates to breakneck speed and crashes through anything in its way. Take note that the special attack can be rear-fired as well, bizarrely enough. Plus, ramming an opponent into a wall or T-sliding into an opponent will cause greater damage. Crashing them into a wall, probable. T-sliding, I have never once pulled off, and I don't think I'm going to pull it off here. Because I don't know how it works. But, at this point, let's find out what we gotta do to rescue the soul of Darkside, and specifically Dollface. We should know her story. She's one of the breakout characters from this game. But it's always nice to have the refresher.
I was a bad girl one time. And now I'm gonna pay for what I did forever and ever and ever. I should have done what I was told. I should have been more careful. I shouldn't have defied Mr. Creel. That's why he did this to me. I'd been alone for so long. But then, one day, I had a visitor. His name was Calypso. He said he could make it all better. He said we were gonna play a game. It was the key. The only one that could open my mask. 7 years I'd been locked away inside my Dollface. If I won the contest, I'd get the key. But I've been so bad. Do I really deserve to be free?
I do kind of wish Calypso had walked in with, "Hello, Dollface. Do you want to play a game?" But 2001 was a little early for that. So Mr. Creel is the one who locked her in to her mask. That is a character from Warhawk, the game that came out the same day or so. The same week, we'll say, because records are spotty at best. as the first Twisted Metal game by the same developers as the first Twisted Metal game. So Warhawk is frequently referenced throughout the Twisted Metal series. And this is one of the big ones. Clearly not the same character as the one in Warhawk, but maybe. Can't rule it out. Maybe after his doll-making escapades, he took over the world. Watch my Warhawk playthrough for his absolutely bizarre, impossible to understand story. With full live-action cutscenes. But more importantly, Connor Rose in chat pointed out something that I heard once before and then forgot, which is that originally, Dollface's villain was supposed to be her father at an early phase in development. And they changed it the way they changed, like, Outlaw, his backstory no longer involving his mother being murdered by racists. They made it so that Dollface no longer was abused by her father, just sort of neglected, and that caused her stunted emotional growth, which caused her to talk like a little girl for the rest of her life. But they still hint at it in the finished game for some reason, which is a weird choice. Only in the instruction manual, so I am glad I read the instruction manual here. We did sort of glean something. More of a reminder than anything else, though. Many, many characters went through numerous story redesigns over the course of development, and I don't really know why. It seems like a very fully formed story. Doesn't seem haphazard or slapped together in any way, the way that Twisted Metal 2012 does. Yet it had basically the same development as far as story goes, where 2012 was rewritten over and over again throughout its lengthy development. This game was put together in about a year and a half, probably slightly less even. Trade zoomies. Outlaw wins because he started his first. Darkside does not fit on the recharge platform, so we're going to clip in and out of it every single time we go for a recharge. I don't remember it being as bad on the actual PS2 hardware, but it definitely did still happen to some degree on a legitimate PS2. Yeah, you would expect, with the sheer amount of rewrites this game went through, the storyline would be sloppier and have more vestigial, go-nowhere storylines. And there are a handful. Pretty much the entirety of the Preacher's storyline basically feels like it came out of a different game. It has no attachment to anything else related to the rest of Twisted Metal Black. But overall, not many symptoms of their, I guess, indecisiveness while making this. It was Jaffe as the sole credited writer. However, additional dialogue and scripting is credited to Paul Jenkins, who is a British comic book author who was just getting into video games at the time, and has since written the entirety of The Darkness and The Darkness 2. Watch my Let's Plays of those, please. They're very unpopular, and very good, if I say so myself. So he sort of cleaned things up, and maybe it was his call to change so much stuff around. But it doesn't seem like there are censorship notes or anything. Some stuff was changed for censorship reasons, but not very much. When you switch to your special as Darkside here, it takes a second or two to arm. So right there, I could have crushed Mr. Grip, and I attempted to do so, but my special didn't go off because it wasn't armed yet. And now I have a million specials. I'm ready to crush everybody. I think my inventory is maxed out on specials, even. Trying to use shields, but they're not going off. Right through the platform. Very surprised Sweet Tooth did not die, but he was very close to death. And Darkside is so gigantic, even if you're not using your special and you just bump into somebody, they're probably going to take a lot of damage. Potentially lethal damage. Oh, Mr. Grimm got a health refill inside the Crusher. Ironic. Crusher healed him. I can't pin the guy down. What a pain. That's more like it. Our special does wildly variable damage. Sometimes virtually nothing, sometimes the majority of a target's health bar. Pinned her against the wall. You can see the bonus damage in action. The ramming bonus, it even said so at the top of the screen, in case you missed that. Yeah, I can't pick things up. Just gotta smash absolutely everybody. Okay, that did not count as a hit on Roadkill, unfortunately. You're just missing each other embarrassingly. But he got me. Because he's Roadkill, and Roadkill is busted. He actually hit me with like 4 fully charged specials while I was spinning around helplessly. No big deal. This will be over very soon. Just could have been over a lot faster. And, of course, tremendous thank yous to Pizzerato. Yet another gift sub. Celebrate Twisted Monday. Be careful if you're bringing up Shadow in chat. I might just be inclined to show off the horrible reality that we learned about Shadow last time when I played as her. I suppose we have to go to the freeway because I don't have it unlocked.
Who doesn't love an ice cream cone?
Hell yes. Thank you very much, Decidue. Another gift sub. Gotta get some Sweet Tooth quotes, even when we're not playing a Sweet Tooth. And the only way to pull that off is to demand fealty from my viewers. Monetary contributions are absolutely not required. Thank you again, Decidue. Not required. Massively appreciated. Legitimately, it's a big deal.
Who doesn't love an ice cream cone?
They just keep coming. I'll focus on gameplay for a while. Let Sweet Tooth take over commentary. It's probably done. But indeed, who doesn't love an ice cream cone? That is a quote from PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, in which Sweet Tooth is obsessed with ice cream. And then Kratos knocks the ice cream cone out of his hand after he whispers that immortal line. Really, he grumbles it out. Because JG, whatever his name is, I almost said Quintel, grumbles all of his dialogue as Sweet Tooth. It sounds fantastic. He's a really good voice actor. But I keep forgetting his name, even though he's ridiculously important to the series that I am constantly playing. J.S. Gilbert. Thank you. A lot of dancing around from Shadow here, which is unsurprising. That's how you do a T-slide. When you begin your special, it looks like you are locked in to the direction you're going, so that if you turn yourself directly to the side, you will T-slide into your target, and thus deal more damage. Because, yeah, it was pointed out in chat, inexplicably, hitting a target with the broadside of your vehicle does more damage, even though it should spread out the area of impact, which is not what you want to do when you are attempting to damage something via impact. But in the Twisted Metal universe, hammers are incredibly broad for this very reason. I love this special, and I'm clearly not fantastic at using it, but I got a ramming bonus there. You don't have to be very good at using it to be very effective with this character, because the special is extremely powerful and our armor is through the roof. Nothing kills Darkside. It's really, really empowering to play as Darkside after playing as mostly weaker vehicles, because almost every vehicle in the game is weaker than Darkside by a wide margin. Close one. I almost got bounced over Shadow there. I'm pretty sure my special did damage. Pushed her around pretty easily anyway. Oh, I got swerved a little bit. But I'm playing much, much less defensively than I normally would. Because what do I care? I'll waste my recharge now. Every single time I clip into the platform. At least I don't get stuck in the platform. It's fully functional, just awkward. In a game with very little awkwardness of that nature, it really sticks out. Anytime you get clipping or ledge grinding, as I've also done in this level. And someone mentioned, I think, one of my, people who just gave a bunch of gift subs, mentioned that there's a ambulance in this level that can injure you if it runs into your car. I haven't spotted it. Seems difficult to manifest that. But if it's a thing, I'd like to get killed by it. On to my last life. The ambulance over at the stadium on the map. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen that ambulance before. I probably don't want to get killed by it because I'm on my last life. There we go. It definitely crashes into you and deals actual damage. Everything else just gets rolled right out of the way. I do not feel as though I've been killed by the ambulance, though. Darkside seems a little too tough for that. We got a real Twisted Metal 2012 style battle in a stadium. Yep. Lost my chance to wipe out Axel at the time. He's wiped out now. I'll just need a few more weapons, maybe another special or two. Then I can easily stomp Brimstone. My lack of self-preservation instincts is slowing this playthrough down quite a bit. So maybe I should go for a little bit of precision instead of just sheer brute force. But this is one of the few characters where health refills are actually valuable, because they recover the same amount of HP, but that is relative to your percentage total. So that tiny increase to our health bar represents a lot of actual hit points. And thus, we can take a lot more damage since its acquisition. Now, there are not a lot of health refills hanging out around here. I was ready for that to change, but it didn't. We gotta approach those helicopters slowly, otherwise they get skittish. And change to machine gun ammo. And my little friend has not left this area. He had a plan. Didn't end up being a very good plan. But he went for it. Yes. Let's say really doesn't matter here. Highway loop. In theory, this is the harder of the two options. We'll play them both, eventually. She's worried that her face is deformed. That quote is probably the inspiration for the epilogue to her story. From Twisted Metal Lost. Oh, I feel like I should have got a ramming bonus there. Mr. Grimm is a great target for the special. Because if he gets pinned against the wall, he has so little HP. He just gets mushed. And he doesn't offer any resistance as you're pushing him around. So he'll usually get bashed backwards. You will lose exactly none of your speed as you're going forwards. Warthog jumped off the bridge in protest of what I'd done to him. And yeah, your special can easily hit Mr. Grimm multiple times in a row, with each hit being worth quite a bit of damage. Love this special. And I had a ton of them built up. Because sometimes this is a game where you get to keep your inventory as you go on to the next level. Seems like pretty much every time. I just usually do not have much inventory on my way to the next level. So I just have been using my special non-stop. Grim got away. Had to freeze me to escape, though, even though he is much faster than me. I have no chance of keeping up with him. Even with Turbo, he's faster. Oh, he stole my gas can. I love gas cans. There we go. Grim smashed. Hyper satisfying. Every time our special makes contact, it's so great. But when it kills a person, absolute music to my ears. Disturbing the kind of sadist this game makes you, but also appropriate. Might as well use our recharge that we are allotted. Or not. I think that was a power missile. Out of manslaughter. But that's fine. That just means I still have my recharge available. There's no way. Okay, we did get a 10 out of 10. Miraculously. I figured with all the traffic in the way. And I think traffic did get blown up by one or two of those missiles. But all that matters is the last one. And your X out of 10 counter does tick up. Even if the missile hits a car rather than an actual opponent. A civilian car, that is. Sweet Tooth really cornered himself. Doing himself no favors right now. Embarrassing performance, Mr. Kane. I know for a fact you can do better than that. Still did better than Warthog, anyway. Now I think we'll go for the recharge, even though it is as far away from us as it possibly could be. Now that we need it most. If I don't make it, I've still got another life. Just wanted to rear fire that and flip my way up there. Actually did sort of get stuck up there that time. As punishment for not actually clipping into it. Axel easily dispatched. And it's just ladies. Ladies' night here in the highway loop. It's not the worst idea to shield yourself before using your special, so that way the AI cannot freeze you out of it, nor can they get a bunch of free hits while you're barreling towards them, unable to change your direction for a short while. But with the way that shielding can be a pain, I often don't. Delightful. If your vehicle kills its target during the special, it just doesn't slow down at all. The car shards shower in all sorts of different directions. It's beautiful. Such a great effect. I could definitely see maining Darkside as like my favorite vehicle. Even though I'm clearly not very good at it. It would be so rewarding to learn how to get good with Darkside. Not a problem that we lost that damage race. Because we get to respawn. Which is tantamount to cheating in Twisted Metal, quite frankly, but it's a tradition that one person in the competition gets to respawn multiple times. Oh, they were on top of the bridge. There we go. Only 5 zoomies to kill. Onto Minion. We have nothing special to deal with Minion. In fact, our special attack is abnormally poorly suited to dealing with Minion. But we can theoretically sort of slide across multiple panels of the force field. Yeah, I got one of them. It's pretty easy to hit the front panel, at least. Great job zooming missiles. Didn't even try to hit the target. The gigantic, hard-to-miss target. Yeah, Minion is an unfair vehicle. Always has been. As far as I can tell, you take reduced damage while you are charging with your special. But even that might be illusory. Might just be because you're slightly harder to hit while you're charging. So enemies seem to deal less damage, but actually are dealing full damage the entire time. Tried the shield, couldn't pull it off. It's not looking good. I don't normally game over on Minion lately, but maybe this time we'll get lucky. Reverse lucky. Turn around. There we go. I like how we are almost as large as Minion. The ridiculously large vehicle that dwarfs all the regular cars and stuff in this game. Another reason Darkside is tremendously satisfying to play as. Truly feels monstrous to be behind the wheel of this thing. But now we gotta kill it. It is not in the bag. However, could be. I wouldn't be surprised if I pulled this out. My lock-on has not been working, though. Multiple times I've watched a missile swerve nowhere, just go straight forward with Minion right next to it. And it didn't even try to go for Minion. Missiles are on his side. They're betting against me. But I am Darkside. And I do not need missiles. I scoff at your missiles. There you go. Minion destroyed. Middle cutscene time.
I was asleep for hours, and the whole time I was having this really scary dream. I dreamed about my boss, Mr. Creel, working on those creepy masks he used to make. It was my first real job after college. I didn't want to screw it up.
Who doesn't love
I wanted
an ice
Mr.
cream
Creel to
cone?
like me. But then, this one day, I made a terrible mistake.
Who doesn't love an
I
ice
didn't
cream
mean to
cone?
upset him. I didn't mean to be so clumsy. But I was just so stupid. I could feel the nails crushing the mask down on my face. And to make sure the mask stayed on tight, Mr. Creel made a weird-looking key. He said it would make sure the mask would never come off. Now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't all my fault.
The key that Creel uses to lock the mask seems so, like, pointy. Teeth of it really seem like they should stab into the back of Dollface's head inside the mask as he's locking it. But also, thank you so much for the gift subs, as congratulations for getting that done in one go, because it was on the fence for a little while there. And I love the fact that Sweet Tooth's voice synced up with the Sweet Tooth mask being revealed during the cutscene. It's like the mask itself was talking to us. Let's fuck these motherfuckers up. We should have no problem killing our way through these guys. Keep switching off of my special, though. Not quite, but they are both deep into the red. Should be able to smash them before the doors open. One down. Yes! Goal achieved. Costly, but I will take it. I have absolutely come back from worse scenarios in this level. Darkside excels at small arena combat. One of the massive downsides of playing as Darkside is you're so slow that it becomes hard to get pickups and get to your targets for your melee special. But if they are locked into a very small area with you, you have a significant advantage in their defeat. It's Mr. Grimm and Sweet Tooth. We got a 2012 reunion here. Or a pre-union? Because 2012 hasn't happened yet as of the timeline of this game. I mean, canonically, it will never happen because it's a different continuity. One down. And gets to kill all my opponents. Before the gate opened, right about any second now. Maybe the gate won't open. We're in a glitched state where we can never leave the ship. I've never seen that happen, but I assume it's possible. I don't like Sweet Tooth's cackle there. That didn't kill me, at least. It's Sweet Tooth with a miniature version of his own special. One of the strongest pickups in the game. And it's half as powerful as Sweet Tooth's frequently regenerating special. Sweet Tooth is such a beast. It's kind of absurd. It's good to be an author's self-insert OC. Oh, I did not have a shield available. Not enough energy. That's what I was going for to save myself, because I knew the special was coming. But I had used too many shields previously. Blood Drive has been recommended in chat. Blood Drive, I will absolutely, probably not be playing. That is a bottom-of-the-barrel car combat game. Even the most die-hard car combat fans seem to despise Blood Drive. And I will take their word for it. It's surprising I wasn't more desperate for car combat during the Xbox 360 era, because I was playing a lot of games back when I first got an Xbox 360. Ended up playing a lot of trash when I first got mine. And I love car combat games. That one never appealed to me. I guess reviews were terrible, like, from the moment it came out. So pretty much no one gave it a chance. Maybe I'd be the one person who likes it. I have been with some other games. Our power missile fires from the top of the vehicle, and it has a very large hitbox, so it still can usually hit a target. But it has a less opportunity, like a smaller opportunity to hit targets. You have to be more accurate. It feels like you have to be more accurate anyway when firing a power missile as Darkside. Yeah, I did play Crush Hour. Expect a lot of the, like, Twisted Metal style car combat games to eventually get played on a Twisted Monday stream. But Blood Drive is more like a narrative car combat thing. Rather than a level-based one. That's not something you can throw in as bonus content to an otherwise completed playthrough. Not quite fully charged, but Crazy 8 didn't even attempt to dodge, so it didn't matter in the least. I'll send in a blimp attack. Useless blimp. It looks cool anyway. But what is the deal with this prison? I really wish they had explained what's going on. Like, how they got us locked up in the prison. Why they left us with our car. I imagine Calypso did it. Calypso was, like, voicing his displeasure with the Midtown Penitentiary system by teleporting all the combatants onto a prison transport ship and having them ruin it. We'll win. It's all ladies again. Me, Spectre, and Shadow. Women really do have a higher or a longer lifespan. On my last life, but I have very little reason to worry. Both of my opponents have been badly beaten. Bam! I love my special so much. Oh, that was a perfect opportunity to get a ramming bonus on Shadow. Now I just gotta use missiles. Or zoomies, that's fine. Only takes 2 of them to win. So yeah, Darkside is well suited to playing through that level. Until the doors open up. But what if there was a level that was like before the doors open up for an entire level? That's the drive-in movie theater. And during the Let's Play, I played the Snowy Roads with Darkside, so gotta switch it up. SimCity car combat game. Jack X combat racing. Chat clearly looked up the Wikipedia list of car combat games and is just reading through every single one of them, trying to make me play them. I'm not that desperate yet. I should definitely be playing safer, because there are very few health refills available on this level, as we well know. If you don't watch the bonus content, I played through this level with every previously played character that I've done on any of these Twisted Metal full playthroughs. And I will continue to do that until I play through every character in this very difficult level. But like I said, this is Darkside's domain. This is like playing as Warthog in Holland, where we're not stuck in here with the enemies, they're stuck in here with us. We are going to brutalize them. We might still game over. It's still not easy. It's just easier than with almost any other vehicle. Besides Outlaw. Who really trivialized this level when I played through it. I haven't killed anybody, which is a big problem. As we know, enemies with just 1 HP can still do a tremendous amount of damage to you. And be very hard to pin down and finish off. Until you've killed like 3 or 4 enemies, you're in a lot of trouble here. There's one. And then I join him. My punishment for killing manslaughter. Just drive our way out of there. Got a ramming bonus on one of the 3 enemies I hit. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Every time I try to go anywhere, I get frozen. That's the big drawback of being such a huge target that's very slow. Enemies are going to try and free shot you, and they're going to succeed, even though the free shot has the worst homing of any attack in the game. Beautiful. We have 2 opponents left. And 1 life. In stock. But, Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth remains. It is not advisable to have Sweet Tooth remain. Because that can happen. But I got a life left. He almost got a health refill. Criminal. Sweet Tooth fired his entire special into the projection booth. And he also has a hard time getting a bead on me with his millions of missiles. Stop doing that. Sweet Tooth's being a big dick. But he's about to be dead dick. Got it in one. Close one. But that did go better than I expected. And we got mostly the hardest enemies possible. Sweet Tooth, Outlaw, Roadkill I saw. Shadow can be a big problem, but I didn't see Shadow there. Mostly we got the hardest enemies. Probably could have been slightly worse, but there's Sweet Tooth trying to get revenge. Where is he? Get in the fans. I would love to throw him in the fans, but it's probably not going to happen. I did almost hurl myself off the building. Might have been a bit unfortunate. I dare say it would definitely have been a bit unfortunate. He's still spamming that special. Or Sweet Toothing, as we like to call it. Oh, no. That was very unfortunate. I got hit with a missile while I was ascending the ramp. And it screwed up my momentum. Just enough to do what you just saw. Because you did clearly see I was hurtling towards the edge with plenty of speed to make it over. But that one bump, it was all over. Almost fell and died again. So now we are looking very likely to have a game over on our hands. I deserve it. After getting through
Who doesn't love an ice
the last
cream
level
cone?
without a game over. Thank you once again. Yes, I do. Worth it! Okay, that was a reward for doing well on the movie theater. I'm the benefactor of two people in chat having a generosity off. And you know what? I need it. Also, congrats to everyone in chat who's getting gift subs. Those things are pretty useful. I got a gift sub while I was hosting the marathon that I recently hosted. The VOD of which still has not been posted on YouTube, but as soon as it is, I will make sure YouTube knows about it. Okay, Roadkill. It's being Roadkill. Sweet Tooth is spamming hundreds of missiles. Roadkill is spamming fully charged specials non-stop somehow. Sweet Tooth rear firing missiles. What we saw in my last attempt at this level was how the AI typically plays as Darkside in this level. Which is, most of the time, the AI will just drive off the edge. Because it's hard to avoid driving off the edge when you use the special on this level. This is a bad level for Darkside. Uh-oh. Why was I so slippery? Normally getting frozen kills your momentum, but not that time. That would have happened to any character. But Darkside does have a greater momentum than anyone else. I gotta find a nice safe spot where I cannot throw myself off the edge nor get pushed off the edge. And not many spots exist. But I'm already at such a disadvantage on this already difficult level. The odds are very much stacked against us. Axel luring me out of the relative safety that I was in. The AI tends to be bad at leading their satellite drops. And to be fair, so am I. But with the special, we move fast enough that we can sort of get inside the minimum range of the satellite, thus avoiding the majority of the damage. Sweet Tooth was getting ready for a special, changed his mind for some reason. I will take half of a reticle, because that's enough. Health refills on the other side of the reticle. What is it? Fuselage, not reticle. Mixing up my French transplant words. I assume those have French etymology. They sound French. And there are a lot of stolen French words in English, but I've never actually looked it up, and I'm certainly not a linguist. I am stuck in the recharge platform, because I got shot with missiles. Why did I do that? Okay, we're safe. We are barely safe. We'll use this semi-hidden area that was recently revealed to me. Over in the corner. Over in the corner. I did just see Outlaw jump off the building. Hell yes. There was only one way out, but that way was blocked. Not this time. Outlaw had no problem with the suicide. He had a lot of HP left, too. That was very lucky. Roadkill would instant kill me with that special. So take one of these. Not on the verge of death anymore. Could still be instant killed by a variety of things. Ah! Give me my momentum back. I need it. Still alive. There's still health refills to keep limping along. I kind of like the Wrecking Ball because the AI tends to be bad at dodging it. I didn't remember there being a health refill in the spot where the Wrecking Ball swings past, because the AI is constantly driving through that area, and I guess they always grab it. No health refill there. They are respawning very infrequently. That's what I was beginning to say there. Someone's behind me. I can tell because I'm frozen. Ah. Worth a shot. Oh, I hate how often they spam free shots. I was practicing a bit of hard mode, and I spent most of that time practicing Frozen. They constantly fire freeze shots. They're very accurate about them. There's very little you can do about it. Just get good at hammering one of the buttons that breaks freezes. Which even then takes a super long time to break a freeze. I just will give myself carpal tunnel if I try to play hard mode. Because they freeze you so constantly. You gotta hammer so much to get out of a freeze. Pretty good hit was not at all worth it. My health refills are just not coming back. We're so close to winning, too. Don't tell me it's the ladies again. It's Shadow Inspector. This is ridiculous. For some reason, it's Ladies' Night on Twisted Metal. I like it. The lady characters are some of my favorites in this game. But there's only 3 of them, and every single time they've been the last 3. It's just weird as all. Oh no, that's roadkill. I saw a car and I thought it was Spectre. Now it's Ladies' Night. Roadkill haven't been removed from the equation. Oh shit, I'm on fire. Special could not get up to me. I was on top of a church. And her special is pure evil. Could not approach me on consecrated ground. I get another health refill or 2 and I definitely can win. If not, I will be less confident. But it's still possible. Shadow's special is just really, really good at immobilizing us while we are trying to charge at her. Thus, I ought not use it. This particular music track is surprisingly sparse. It's supposed to be the action music, but it has less action than many of the others. Let's see how you like gas can specials. You barely don't, because I barely won. Close one, but at least I didn't game over again. Came really right down to the wire.
You're in violation of Midtown City Code 4432. Step out of your vehicle and surrender peacefully. Time's up.
You can really see the reflection of Warhawk in Darkside's windshield. It looks really cool, actually. Been a very long time since I saw that little intro cutscene. But it is neat. Now let's park down here for a long time. Still get hit with something. Not hit too badly. These bunkers are destructible, and I haven't showed off the bunkers getting broken in a long time. I don't think I'm going to show it off this time either. One. Get in the central platform. Compliance is the only way to win here. If you didn't show up at all, it would be impossible to beat this boss. But you did show up. And thus it is possible. Damn it! I got overeager. That was my own fault. I was firing machine guns to, like, soften it up. And as soon as I hit the fire button on the machine gun, I knew that was a bad idea. I got the gas can fired, but I was not able to drop it afterwards. I was already dead. Here we go. Shield damage level 2. This has to be one of the specials that cannot hit Warhawk. I mean, maybe. I've said that about several specials before. And then they all hit Warhawk. Quite effectively, even. Right, I disabled the thing, but Warhawk's gonna leave. Not in time, though. Whoosh. Obviously. Total whiff. You'll have to try harder than that. So finally we found a vehicle with a useless special on the final boss. And I'm not getting satellites. The one time I need the most. Give me that. Thank you. Satellites, good. Satellites. Very powerful. The bunker falls apart in 2 or 3 phases. So the walls should break off next. Uh-oh, I don't have turbo. And I'm so slow without turbo. Another Zoomy. Zoomy doesn't even try to go for a Warhawk. Dangling that carrot on a stick in front of me. Got it eventually. Warhawk's gone. Be really far away to hit with a missile. Missed my chance at a satellite. But the chances come again. I'm sliding all over the place. I believe if Darkside wins, she would have wished for heavy-duty tires, so she doesn't slide all over the place. But there we go. That's the end. Darkside does not win. Tragic, but she died in her mask. Or we can replay. That went abnormally badly. I mean, obviously, but I also got bad behavior from the boss and the tankers. Uh-oh. Getting scooped up. I was so close to winning there, though, that clearly, if I hadn't wasted the one tanker, I was in the perfect position already. I think I would have had enough resources to win. I got killed, but the tanker is right where it needs to be. Yeah, just gotta wait for Warhawk to cooperate. But yeah, this is clearly where the fun is over for Darkside. We've had a really dominant run up to this point. No longer. Shield down at least. No resources with which to hit our target, which is frustrating. I knew that wasn't going to be a satellite. I don't know how I knew that. But like last few characters I played as, virtually nothing but satellites. Wrong helicopter. Getting targeted by my fire missiles. Really, I should just use my special for mobility purposes. For which it is admittedly pretty effective. Just gotta not hurl myself over the edge. Whoosh. It did get me out of danger. Then I died immediately after. Okay, we got a ton of HP. This is a satellite, we're good, it's not. Just atrocious luck, but we didn't need it. We have a skill. I couldn't even say it with a straight face.
I had won the contest, and now I was gonna be free. I went to see Calypso. I told him I wanted my prize. But you know what? There's always a price to pay for something you really, really want. If I took the key, Mr. Creel was gonna die. Why couldn't he just have been nice to me? It's funny, now that I had the key, I didn't want it anymore. I like my new face now, much better than the old one. It doesn't cry and it doesn't look scared, and it'll always be pretty, even when I'm old and gray inside. There's a whole lot of people in the world just like Mr. Creel. Someone has to show them that they can't do bad stuff to people like me.
Kinda like, Shadow. Dollface vows to become a hero for the people, using her newfound skill at murder. Kill all the Creels of the world. So I guess that confirms this is not a prequel to Warhawk, in which Creel goes on to take over the world. It could be a sequel to Warhawk, where Creel gets sick of taking over the world and being omnipotent, and becomes a humble mask maker in his later years. And then gets smashed in an Iron Maiden. Just an elaborate saw trap. It turned out, Dollface did want to play a game. It was an easy choice, but then she doesn't take off the mask because she realizes it's a cool-ass mask. So cool that they reused it in Twisted Metal 2012, even though this was a new character who had only ever appeared in one previous game. They had to make her one of the 3 protagonists of Twisted Metal 2012. You can see why. She's great. They do sort of underserve her by making her so childish. She had a job. She was clearly an adult of some capacity. But she talks like a little baby. Oh well, still a good character, still a good story. Great vehicle, who has a very hard time with the rooftop levels and the final boss. But we got through it. I've been looking forward to this one. I love playing as Darkside. And I like Dollface as a character. So I'm satisfied with how that went. If you're sick of seeing Harley Quinns for Halloween, dress as Dollface, which requires a much, much higher budget. So good luck with that. And also, no one will know what you're going for. But you will know you're cooler than everyone else. But that's a year away. You have a year to prepare for next Halloween. You do not have a year to prepare for bonus content coming up in just a few minutes. But that concludes our playthrough. I am Fiendly, and I thank you for watching Twisted Monday.